Hello everyone. If you remembered, in one of my previous videos I showed you some Windows tips and tricks. In this video I will be doing the same, but from a developer's point of view, which means that those things will help you to boost your productivity as a developer. So let's get started with the first one. So whenever we want to open up a PowerShell window, what we generally do is we generally pin it on a taskbar, open up using something like maybe PowerToys, or we just search it and open it from there. Oh, by the way, since we mentioned the search, I just want to add a quick tip right there. We can actually enhance the search capabilities of the search bar. You may have recognized that sometimes this search bar won't be able to find everything that we were looking for. So to increase its capability, what we can do is we just go over to the settings, and there we go to the search option. And after doing that, we head over to the searching Windows bar right there, and there we got two options, the classic and enhanced. The classic option is the basic one that it comes with, but when we switch to the enhanced, it will scan more files. By the way, once you switch to enhanced, it will take some time to index those files, so it may immediately not work. I will stick with the classic because I will be using PowerToys anyways. Okay, so back to terminal and PowerShell. So when we want to go into a folder or a directory, what we generally do is we open up that directory, and inside that directory we hit shift plus right click and open up a window right so. But we can actually do it a few different ways. One of them is obviously the cd into it, or I will show you a different one. This is useful as well. And there, as you can see, we head over to the address bar and type PowerShell. And when I hit enter, as you can see, it opens up the PowerShell in this directory. I can do the same thing with the command line by using the cmd. And as you can see, it opened up again. Okay, so this way of opening the terminal is actually nice, but I admit it's not that useful. So now I will show you something really useful, and that is Windows Terminal. So let's just open that up. Oh, like so, yep. As you can see, this is the thing that we get. You can actually, by the way, this is a whole separate application that you can get from Windows Store. That I will be providing link in the description as well. Okay, so at that point you may ask that why it is a cool thing. Well, it's a unique thing because we can do much more things inside that. For example, this PowerShell window actually features all of the PowerShell things, plus, let's say, for example, it does include SSH. So that's really neat feature. Also, in addition to that, in Windows Terminal we can open up multiple tabs. And the cool part is that each tab can be unique. For example, I can open up a Ubuntu shell, or maybe I can open up the command prompt. We can do multiple things. I can also divide the window into two separate panes by using the Alt, Shift, and D. And that way I can maybe run some monitoring application on the right panel and maybe some manual things on the left. And also I can just change their location by hitting the Alt, Shift, and the right and left arrows, so I can dedicate enough space for each application. And I can close the panes by hitting Ctrl, Shift, and W. I know that these things are cool, but we can do much more great things by using the customization feature, which I think is the best part of the Windows Terminal application. We can access its customization features in a settings file. And we can go over to that by hitting this arrow and go over to the settings. And as you can see, it will open up a settings.json file. And inside that file, we can actually have multiple options, for example, to configure our Windows terminal. So let's get started with adding a theme. To add a theme, we can head over to this website. And I will make sure to put this website link in the description as well. And from there we can actually choose multiple themes like so. Let's choose a ridiculous one. So let's choose this one. Yeah, that's really blingy and cool. So I just hit the get theme, and it will copy all of its color properties and all sorts of things into my clipboard. To use them, I just head over to our settings.json file and go over to the schemes section, and inside that I just paste my object like so. And after doing that, we need to add it to our basically terminals, and there we can have two options. First, we can add the theme into the defaults folder, which will actually apply every single option to every single basically terminal. What I mean by that is the things I put here apply to PowerShell, the command prompt, and also the Ubuntu and so on. So let's say I want to add the theme only on PowerShell, so I can do that in here. And to do that, I just add a property named color scheme. So I just type color scheme, and there we actually give a name, which is the Cyberdyne, and I just paste that in like so. And if I save that and head over to our PowerShell window, as you can see, we now changed its theme. So that's really cool. Okay, so now I want to show you is that how we can actually customize its starting directory behavior. So we just go back to our folder, and when I type WT, which is the shorthand notation for Windows Terminal, and hit enter, as you can see, it didn't change anything. It just opened up in a default directory. So to change it, we just head over to our settings.json, and inside the defaults, we just add the property of starting directory, and we just put dot so we can open up wherever we want. And now when I try to open that up by typing the WT again, there we go. Now we opened up inside our folder. However, this comes with a catch. Whenever I close the terminal and open up from another place, let's say our search bar, just type this, as you can see, it defaulted in system32 folder, which is not ideal in most of the circumstances. So we can actually do something about that to basically eliminate this thing from happening, and that is to create a shortcut. So let's do that right now. So I just create a new shortcut, so new shortcuts like so, and type the location of the item. So we just we need to go to the location of the WT, so maybe I just should search like so. There we go, wt.exe, and I hit next. Let's say Windows Terminal, and hit finish. Now we created our shortcut. Okay, so when I open that up, as you can see, it opened up in a not so useful directory again, but we can change it. To change it, we just hit right click and go to properties, and there, as you can see, we have start in option. So I just remove all of these things and basically apply. So now whenever I open that, as you can see, it opened up in my default directory. But when I open up it here, there we go, it opened up inside this file. So now I can change its icon, and I can pin it to my taskbar for the easier access. So let's do that right now. So I just open up the WT and open in file location. There we got all of its assets, and there we have the profile icons. Actually, not the profile icons, the images. Yes, there we go. There we can pick an image. For instance, let's say choose the biggest one for more resolution. So just copy it and paste it like so, and close that up. As you can see, it is PNG, but if we want to change its icon, it needs to be ICO. And I also just rename it for the ease of use. So now what we need to do is convert that into the ICO. So I just open up a PowerShell, go to our desktop, and use ffmpeg to convert the icon.png to, actually I need to specify the input by -i, to icon dot, let's say ICO. And there we go. As you can see, we use FFmpeg. It's really useful multimedia tool, and I actually did a separate video on that, and you can find it in the top right corner. Anyway, so we can just delete not it right like so. Then we open up another folder for organization purposes, let's say, and let's say WT shortcuts. There we go, and put these into that. At that point, you can hide this folder in wherever you want to basically declutter the space. But after that, you won't be able to change its position, because after doing that, once you reset your computer, the shortcut position that we will be using is not be persistent. You'll see what I meant in a minute. So we just open that up, hit properties, change icon, and let's hit browse. Go to our desktop, and inside our desktop we just choose this, and it's okay, apply, okay. So now we are ready to pin it, just like that. And as you can see, whenever I hit this, it open up in my desired directory. But when I open up here like so, it will open up inside this directory. So this is really useful. And speaking of useful things, we can actually copy the output from a terminal window or PowerShell window into our clipboard. And we can do that by passing the output into the clip variable. So let's just do that. For example, let's say echo hello, and we just pass it to the clip like that. Now when I paste it, there we have it. We got hello. But we can do actually much more complicated things with it. So let's just create a new file, but let's do that from WSL 2. Just open up a Ubuntu shell. Let's wait for it to boot up. There we go. Clear the screen and make it a bit bigger, just like that. Now let's create a file on our desktop. So just quickly head over to our desktop and create a new file by typing it nano, let's say foo.txt, and inside that, as you can see, we got a dot file, which is a hidden file. Then let's say bar inside that. Then we exit it and obviously save it. Now we got our text file, and whenever I open it, there we have the bar variable. Now if we want to copy that again to our clipboard, we can do that by using type foo.txt and again pass it to our clipboard like so. Now when I paste it, we get bar. So that's just a quick tip as well, and just like that, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If that is the case, make sure to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Take care.